garage pop with a bit of jangle and a bit of punk thrown in. Maybe I would kind of characterize it like that.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. That's kind of, I guess, what I'm trying to do without being too purposeful with the whole thing. But yeah, I think when I think back, I spent maybe 6 or 7 years living over east and met a lot of people over there and learnt a lot of things about Australian rock and roll in general. And I think the 70s Australian bands, like Lime Spiders, Radio Birdman, The Saints, all of that sort of stuff. That's really like the Australian punk rock, particularly is stuff that I'm massively, like, really into, and I have a lot of admiration for what they did for Australian music to create something else that didn't need to be perfect and polished, and was sort of accessible to people that felt like that as well. So I really love that stuff, and I've kind of always gravitated to anything that's like a little bit sort of left of center from what's actually going on, which I think a lot of the time has probably been to my detriment. you know, as far as trying to fit into certain things, it's
Yeah.
never really been too important to me. But like, yeah, all that sort of stuff I'm hugely fond of. So, and Melbourne in particular has just got such a rich history with all that kind of thing, with all those kinds of bands. But then, through that, learning about what Perth bands did as well. With the Scientists and the Television Addicts and the Stems and all those kinds of bands. I find that stuff to be really important. And a really, as you say, like an integral part of Australian musical history. I think that
Yeah.
stuff belongs in some sort of, I don't know, museum of important things.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, and I would go also so far in your context to say that you and the Reinharts belong squarely in that museum of important things too.
Ah,
You're a
we'll take it.
standout person. Yeah, take it because I think you deserve it. But it's just you're a standout Perth band, but you could and can and do match it with anyone anywhere in the world as well. You're that good. Um,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, no, no, no. Thank you for the music and the performances. You've got it right, and I love that. And if we slip over that into the solo material that you're now producing and the album that's coming out, um, listening to Back to Bed, wow, it's a great song. It's hooky, it's compelling, it's instant, and it's enduring. It is so good. And I watched it with the
Thank you.
video, and we were talking about quintessentially Australian, but having influences. And I see a lot of England, I suppose, in your influences. And I don't know if you did this deliberately, but or whether you just filmed yourself or had yourself filmed in your house. But the video is quintessentially Australian, so it smacks those two things together and stamps that song as being this is Australian music. It might have influences from other places, as everything does, but this is an Aussie
Yeah.
song, and it's a really cracking Aussie song. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad I'm glad to hear your take on it. That's really cool. Yeah, it's funny because I started doing the solo stuff maybe 2 years ago or so, mainly because I sort of have my own studio at home now, and through for various reasons, just wanted to really get into that sort of stuff, and always have lots of ideas and need to get them out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it all came from. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't necessarily like aim for something, like. But I guess like anyone who does any of this kind of thing, it tends to come out a certain way, because you listen to certain things and you're really into certain things. So that's probably why it's coming out like that. But I'm not unhappy about it. I feel like all the obvious influences are there. Um, but I've been trying to not think too hard about it, and just kind of just do it and then get it out there, and not stress over it all too much, and not labor over it all too much, and just let it be what it is.
Yeah, and I don't think it's the creator's job to define their own music. To be honest with you, I think
Mm.
you know your job is to create something, to release it to the world when you feel like it's sufficiently baked. Even though I know as a creator you're always going to want to be doing more because it's hard to let go of your creations. And then I think it's up to the public to figure out what they think it's all about. I don't think you hold that responsibility at all. I guess
No, no,
what
and
I'm,
they sure let you know too. They're very quick to let you know. Yeah, yeah, it's
yeah,
funny.
and
It is up to. Sorry, go you go.
no, no, you go, Benny, you go.
Oh well, I guess that's exactly kind of the that's exactly what happens. People let you know, and they'll bail you up. Next year in the it happened on Friday night. They bail you up in the urinal and stand next to you and like, you know, geez, I reckon you guys sound like like this or that or whatever the guy said to me, and it's like, yeah, it's really interesting to hear what people think that you sound like, and that what they and it depends what they're listening to. You get one person, oh, you guys sound just like the Foo Fighters, exactly like the Foo Fighters, and it's like, you know, no, wrong. No, I don't think that, and
Yeah,
that's just not true. But then you get another person who will tell you 20 obscure 60s garage bands that you sound like, that you've never heard of, and they know so much more than you, and what shoes they wear, and what waistcoat size they
yeah,
are, and that's
yeah.
cool too, whatever, but I think people are very very quick to let you know what it is, even if I don't know what it is, which I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I agree, and I think as long as they're talking about your music, that's all that matters. And if the person at the urinal standing next to you wants to talk to you about your music, that's a sign of success as far as I'm concerned. So,
Yeah,
welcome to the welcome to the top end of town. You've made it.
the the big leagues.
Yeah, the big leagues, exactly. Speaking of big leagues, Cool Cat Music, a US label.
Yeah.
That's pretty big league, I would think. A very storied US label. So how did that come about?
Well, Cheer Squad Records, who is the label that I'm on, and our other bands are on as well here in Australia. Wally and Joe, who run the label, they helped us with the Reinhearts album with Cool Cat as well. That came out in the US through Cool Cat as well. So it was really, I'd love to tell you like a really interesting story, but it was really as simple as me sending it to Wally and Cheer Squad and saying, "Do you like the solo album that I'm doing?" And they said yes. And then he asked Cool Cat if they liked it, and they also said yes. So that's how all that happened, really. But I guess that's minimizing the whole thing. There's been a lot of other things that have gone on leading up to that. Of course, there always is more than meets the eye. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm wrapped. I just think to be able to be in a band or to be recording music on my own, you feel very fortunate to be able to do it at all. Like, and it's obviously increasingly getting harder and harder for people to do all of these things in the climate we're living in. So I genuinely feel grateful for the things that I get to do, although at times it's really freaking hard. It
mm,
can be a real
yeah,
challenging thing to do with all of life's other pressures and whatnot going on. But everyone goes through that, and to have anybody interested in anything you're doing, whether you're a painter or you're whatever, you're painting eyes on pet rocks and trying to sell them, and someone buys one off you, then cool. Like, you feel like you're kind of I don't know, on some sort of right path.
yeah. But I'd like to say or put this to you is that you haven't minimized it, but what you've done is pick the eyes out of years and years of establishing yourself, your reputation and networking, and now, being able to reap the results of that because, people will give your
Mm.
music a listen, they will receive it well because it's great music, and they will want to support you because they know that you are capable of, backing up and doing your part in getting that music out to an audience. So, you talked
Yeah.
a little while ago about the connections you made on the East Coast. That's something that I understand that you have been working for years, and your reputation gives you standing that means that doors do open for you, and that's come from years of hard work, and I don't think we can
Yeah, yeah.
underestimate the value of that.
Yeah, it's funny, like when you kind of when you put it in the terms of hard work, it's a funny thing because I think when I was kind of like in my 20s and playing in a band, which is half the reason I moved over to Melbourne. I thought that all that sort of stuff, like I just think so differently now. Like I thought it was really important, to say certain things to certain people or whatever. I just don't give a shit about any of that anymore. And the connections that I do have are purely friends that I've known for a
Yeah,
long period of time, through playing in pubs and getting along with other people in other bands. And I think they're the ones that kind of stand the test of time. And you can't really, well, I can't anyway, kind of anymore do it any other way. Like
yeah,
it doesn't appeal to me to try and go and talk to someone in a bar and pass them a business card, or I'm not interested in any of that. So if things come my way because of the right reasons, and it's based on cool things, then I'm going to say yes, and then anything else can, you know.
yeah. Fair enough. Beautiful. Thanks, Benny. Look, we'll talk about the launch shows a little bit later, but I'm gonna hand you
Cool.
into the clutches of Paul and then Tom, and hopefully you'll survive the next 25 or so minutes.
I'm strapped in, ready to go.
Yeah,
See ya.
strapped in, ready to.
Oh dear! Soon as soon as I opened the microphone, the studio dogs decided they want to have a fight. They're like going crazy. Oh, goodness gracious! Oh, we did have a bugger up at the beginning of the stream. Hey, YouTube didn't start the stream when we hit stream, and I didn't. It was on preview, so the first part of the stream on YouTube's missing, but not on Facebook.
Uh,
So if you're on Facebook, you've
Well,
got the whole lot.
I can't wait to hear about all your angry emails that you're about to receive on that one.
They're already started coming in, but
yeah.
we're just about to do a segment that what I do, I ask Copilot or AI, I put in a prompt. This is what I put into the prompt. Hi again, Benny J. Ward from the band Reinhearts is joining us on a podcast tonight. I need 10 quirky questions to ask in our Get to Know segment. No topic is off limits. Use this link for reference. So he's used your Benny J. Ward music link on Facebook to get some questions. This is his reply. This is AI's reply. Love that Benny J. Ward is jumping on the pod. He's got the garage pop grit and cheeky charm that's perfect for a quirky deep dive. Based on his work with the Reinharts and his solo project, Benny J. and the Psych Ward, here's a set of offbeat questions that will spark fun, weird, and wonderful unexpected answers. Are you ready to go?
Oh man, I can't wait. I mean, like I love that I'm kind of like talking to you via AI questions,
Yep.
So
Well,
let's do it.
I normally had a pile of questions that I asked, and I'd take 10 random questions, but after about 2 years, they got a bit boring. So this is the most exciting way I can think of it. So, and
Okay.
just for tonight, and we'll probably do this again next time, AI have created an intro for you. So I've got to read the intro.
As long as it's not like a caricature of what I look like, then like so, or it's like written a song for me or something
I've
like
got to,
that, then I'm cool with it.
I'll have to do it in like a radio voice, like, tonight we're cracking open the mind of a man who's given us garage pop, gold, psych ward bangers, and more riffs than your ex has red flags. Benny J. Ward, frontman, solo artist, and certified riff slinger, is in the hot seat, and we're not holding back. Forget the usual bio fluff, we're diving into the weird, the wild, and the wonderfully unnecessary. From snack habits to cartoon supergroups, this is your backstage pass to Benny's brain, and maybe a few things he wishes we didn't ask. So buckle up, listeners. This is Benny J, unfiltered, unhinged, and undeniably entertaining.
All
I
right,
quit.
this is your life.
Yeah, well, that's it. There you go. This AI's Makes our life so much easier. Are you ready? Question 1. If your guitar could talk, what's the one secret it would spill about you on tour?
But the ones I can't drink very much.
Yep. Cool. Okay.
I think so. It would say like, yeah, he can't really get past 4 or 5 beers in a night, otherwise he vomits.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Hey, you're forming a supergroup with 3 cartoon characters. Who's in the lineup and what's the band name?
Oh man, Homer Simpson would have to be in my
Yep.
in my band. I would have to have one of the South Park characters, probably Cartman.
Yep.
Oh, do you remember Banana Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have Banana Man.
Yep. What's the band name?
The band name, Banana Man and the Homer Cartmans.
Yep. Okay. What's the most chaotic thing that's ever happened during a live gig, and did it make the set better or worse?
Oh, okay. Well, this one, my wife actually never lets me live this down. So when my very first gig a long time ago in Melbourne was at a place called the Green Room.
Yep.
They were, I can't remember who we were playing with on the night, but they were due to renovate the green room and sort of refurb this room. So the band that played before us, the bass player was sort of putting his bass, up into the ceiling tiles. So by the time it was our turn to go on stage, I thought, I'll show him. So I got in the ceiling. I got our guitarist to give me a boost up into the ceiling. I got up in the ceiling with my guitar, and I took one step, and thinking that the ceiling was really quite sturdy, the whole ceiling collapsed. And down I come in like a puff of white smoke and plaster, and I landed perfectly in between 2 wedges on the front of the stage, the fold-back speakers, facing our drummer, so with my back to the crowd. It was, at the time, it was not funny. It was not funny, for me, I was like, okay, I could have killed myself. What the hell was I thinking? And of course, like the house lights are just, it's like you could hear the record player go, and the house lights come on, and the sound guy comes over and he's just like, get out of here, Yeah, so either that or driving 8 hours to Mildura to support a band at the time. We'd just got on a big booking agent label, and their first assignment for us was to head out to Mildura to play with a band. And we got out there was bugger all people there, and we went into our first song, and a guy in high vis is facing his back to us and turns around and he's like, would you guys shut up, the Foo Fighters are on the TV.
All right.
I could go on, but days.
Yeah. If Flight of the Navigator were a movie about your life, what would the plot twist be?
What would the plot twist be?
Yeah.
The plot twist, I don't know, because that is about a movie. It's about my son who actually has ADHD, and I picture him getting into the silver spaceship and taking off and not having to deal with most of the things he has to deal with during the day. So the plot twist would maybe be that would be me doing that to know how it feels.
Yep. All right. You're given a time machine and one mission. Sabotage a famous song so it never gets released. What track do you pick and how do you do it?
Oh my God. I'd probably replace, I'd put like a poo or a wee in one of the songs that you can never unhear. Something like that.
Yep.
Anyway.
Right.
I don't know. You'd have to leave that with me, but I'd find a way to sabotage something. That'd be quite enjoyable, actually.
Yeah. What's your go-to snack when writing lyrics that are just a little bit unhinged?
My go-to snack?
Snack, yeah.
Writing chili noodles.
Chili noodles, yep. If you had to swap bodies with one of your bandmates for a week, who would you choose and what would you do first?
I'd probably swap bodies with one of my best friends, Ross, and the Reinhearts drummer, and just run my fingers through my own hair.
Right. You've just been hired to write the jingle for a bizarre new product. What is it and how does the jingle go?
bizarre new product. A bizarre new product. I would probably write it about AI, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Have you got a jingle off the top of your head?
A jingle off the tip. This is all bullshit.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Cool. What's one conspiracy theory you secretly wish were true? Bonus points if it involves music or aliens.
Music or aliens. I did watch a show the other night. It was called like a disaster at Area 51, where, you know, all those people tried to storm Area 51.
Yep.
Did you ever hear about that?
Yeah.
I only got like a quarter of the way through it, and it was kind of garbage, so we turned it off. But I don't know, a song about aliens?
Excuse me.
Was that
No, conspiracy
was that the
theory.
question?
A conspiracy theory.
A conspiracy.
Yeah, one you wish were secretly was true.
Well, like the whole
Like
thing
me.
about Donald Trump getting shot in the ear. I mean, it would have to be about that, right? Like the hills are alive with the sound of music, you know, to
Yeah.
to that footage.
Yep. All right. Well, last one, final question. If your solo project had a theme park, what would the wildest ride be called, and what happens on it?
I had a theme park. Oh, the wildest ride would be the toboggans at Adventure World. I don't know if you ever went to Adventure World in Perth years and years ago.
Yeah.
They used to have these concrete tunnels that you would go down on, these toboggans with this tiny little handle, and you could go faster or slower.
Yep.
And how nobody died on them, I don't know. So that would be the ride, the theme park ride to the album.
Cool. There you go. That's it. That's your 10 questions from AI. We survived them. So we're gonna jump over to Tom for his quick gig guide update. You ready, Tomo?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, let me just open up my document.
Oh, did we catch you off guard?
Oh, yeah, I was so engrossed in the interview.
Oh yeah.
No. So coming up this Saturday, we have Perth rockers the Nordines coming out of their hiatus fog of 10 years with a one-off show at the Amplifier in Perth. And they will be playing their new single, Back from the Dead. No, Better Off Dead.
Yep.
Sorry, my computer's lagging at the moment.
That's all right. You're all right.
And Zara Lawson will be touring with One Republic in February next year.
Sarah Larson.
Zara
Yeah.
Larson, yes.
So I don't mean to pick on you, but she's my next ex-wife.
I thought that was Carly Rae Jepsen.
No, I've moved on.
And lastly, we have Melbourne metal heads Katana Cartel unleashing their latest EP, God of War, at the Central Club Hotel in Richmond on the 3rd of August.
Yep. Cool. We're also going to do a review I'm just waiting on the confirmation, a review at the Convention Centre for the Australian Rock Collective this weekend as well. So we'll have a review up next week if we get the passes.
Yep.
The Dark Side of the Moon show.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
Yep.
It's going to be heaps good.
Yeah. I couldn't get a photographer to turn up. I looked everywhere for a photographer. I've got to go do the photos myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But you
Must be winter.
You get
Must
these
go out.
passes. You get the media passes for the photos, and it says no video photography allowed. But guess what? My camera is. It's a cinema camera. So I've got to go up there with this big giant cinema camera and take stills with it.
Yeah. You're all right.
So
Either that or you'll get thrown out. Either way, I have a story to tell, so all good.
Yeah. Anyway, well, there you go. There's the gigs that we've got coming up. Hey, Tom, what one are you looking forward to the most?
Of the three I mentioned?
Yeah, or any gig. What one would you be looking forward to going to?
Well, I didn't mention this one, but the Stulios are releasing their debut album EP called Stulio, and they're a blues rock band, and that is at the 459, I believe,
Yep.
I'd have to double check. But I've been really anticipating that album or EP because I love the whole blues rock scene ever since you've changed my taste from the harder stuff to the more
Mature.
lighter side of rock and roll.
I'm just like me pop music. So, alrighty. Are we ready to do the quiz? Do we want to do the quiz, or do we want to keep talking to Benny for a bit? Any questions for
Maybe
Ben?
Ben, before we go into the quiz, shall we mention your upcoming launch shows? I know they're a little way off, but I'll tell you what, rushing to an end. So October check my notes, 4th of October at the Buffalo Club. We'll be honest before we know it. And I have to say, I'm not sure. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue. I love it. But will it be big enough, do you think?
Oh, it'll be fine. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it'll be great. Yeah, looking forward to that one. Lots of good bands playing, and yeah, I've actually got like 4 or 5 gigs, I think, before that, and then I've got that launch on the 4th of October. Then I go over to Melbourne for 4 or 5 gigs after that as well. So lots on, but yeah, that'd be great if that'll be like the party for the record coming out.
Yeah, beautiful. And it'll be sweaty and close and tight and all of the good things, right?
Yeah.
That's why I did it.
Yeah, good. Love it, love it.
So
All right, so
I'm just going to just going to apologise again if you hear the dogs barking. Normally they're quite good, but tonight's just got them going. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's all good. And you have some interstate coming up too.
I'm the only variable in this.
Well, my dogs are barking too, so maybe they've got a sniff of your greatness and they want to join in. When are the US shows going to be happening? When will we see you touring the US? Any plan?
No, no, I did that a long time ago. No plans that I know of anyway. Coming up, it would be great. I would love to go back there again, but yeah, no, unless Cool Cat Records say jump on a plane and come over. In which case, maybe I would.
I think,
but yeah, no plans for that at this stage.
Have you over to blast a paisley path through Trump's drab fucking dictatorship? So yeah. No.
Alrighty. We'll get going on the quiz. The first part of the quiz, 15 questions, lots of questions, 15 and 15. The first part of the quiz, because it's, I've got to do something to keep with the theme, it's all about beds. Okay, so all you have to do is yell out your name when it's the multiple choice. So you can yell out any time you want. Let me get the questions out. Up to you. First name out gets to get shot at the answer. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the name of a traditional Japanese bed made of a foldable mattress on a tatami mat?
Ben. Futon.
Yes. I didn't even read out the answers. Anyway, which bed type is commonly used in RVs and tiny homes for space saving? Is it a Murphy bed, a canopy bed, a sleigh bed, or a day bed?
Oh,
Tom. Murphy bed?
Yep, correct. What's the name of the Scandinavian sleep trend where couples use separate duvets? Split bedding, double doona system, Nordic nesting, or twin comfort?
Got to be Nordic nesting, right?
No.
yeah.
No.
Double. What were the other choices?
Double doona, split bedding, or twin comfort?
Twin comfort.
No. Tom, you going to have a go? So the split bedding or double doona it is. Yep.
I use the double doona method with me and my dogs. Otherwise, I end up with nothing during winter. So
yeah. Which bed accessory helps align the spine and relieve pressure points? Mattress topper, orthopedic pillow, bed skirt, or box spring?
Oh, me.
Yep.
Orthopedic pillow.
Correct.
Ooh.
Question 5. What's the name of the bed style often found in hostels with privacy curtains? Capsule bed, loft bed, trundle bed, or a day bed?
Tom.
Yeah, Tom?
Capsule bed.
Correct. Okay. Which type of mattress is known for bouncing and breathability due to its coil system? Memory foam, latex, inner spring, or hybrid?
Inner
Andrea.
coils.
Yeah, Andrea?
No, I got
Oh.
beaten to it
Oh, Benny?
by our venerable
No.
guest.
I was just talking to myself. I have no idea. You go, Andrea.
No, I think you got it right, and you chalked that up. The guest always wins on this program, so
They don't
we've got
always.
an
They
engineer-
don't always win. Don't give it away. What's the name of the
Oh, no,
bed
I
style?
was
That's
I was just repeating what Paul said as he was saying it, and I think that was the first one he said.
what's the name of the bed style that's built into a window alcove? A bay bed, a nook bed, alcove sleeper, or a window bunk?
Oh, Ben,
Tom.
Yeah,
that's
Ben.
that's a bay bed.
Nah,
Oh.
Tom.
Nook bed.
Yep, Tom got that one. Yeah, and Tom. Which sleep position is most commonly associated with snoring? Side, back, stomach, or fetal?
Andrea,
Andrea?
back.
Correct. Okay. What's the name of the bed style that's suspended from a ceiling or frame with ropes or chains? Floating bed, hanging bed, loft bed, or hammock?
You forgot bondage bed on that list of
I
options.
was thinking exactly the same thing. That's
Is
why I
that
didn't
the
know the
right
answer
answer?
to
I'm
it.
pretty sure it is. What were the options?
I can imagine Andrea hanging from the ceiling with a gimp mask and
It's happened. Oh, hang on. I didn't say that. No.
So, does anyone want to have a shot at it?
Not now.
Tom.
Tom?
Hammock.
No.
Oh.
So it's either a floating bed, hanging bed, or a loft bed.
Come on, Benny.
It's got to be a hanging bed, right?
Correct. Yep.
Oh,
Because it's hanging.
Yeah. What's the type of mattress? Which type of mattress is often recommended for hot sleepers? Gel infused memory foam, water bed, pillow top, or air mattress?
I wouldn't say waterbed because if they're hot, they might pop it, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah, it's not a water bed.
Not a waterbed.
Yeah, we've moved on from the 80s, but yeah.
Some of us have. Gel infused memory foam.
Correct.
Oh, yes.
What's the name of the bed style that converts into a desk or storage unit? Transformer bed, convertible bed, modular sleeper, or a foldaway desk bed?
Tom.
Yes, Tom.
Fold away deathbed. Desk bed.
No.
Oh, really?
Transformer bed, convertible bed, or modular sleeper?
Can I just chime in just for a second? And I've just realised, right, this whole segment is based on beds because of the song, right? Back to Bed that I've
Yeah.
done. Okay.
Yep.
So I think next time, now that I know this, next time we have an interview, I'm going to write a song about stuff that I know things about.
There's only a couple more questions
Like
left, and we get
ice
into the other bits. So,
Or stuff that anyone knows things about.
is anyone going to have a shot at it apart from Tom?
Transformer bed.
No, it's either convertible bed or modular sleeper.
Go, Tom.
No, Tom's gone. It's your turn. It's up to Ben.
Tom's out.
Put
Yeah.
us out of my misery.
Ben, you going to go for it? It's either convertible or modular.
Where was this bed again?
The name of the bed style that converts into a desk or storage unit. It's either a convertible bed or a modular sleeper.
Convertible?
That's correct.
Hinting at something there.
Which bed?
Convertible bed. Right.
Which bed feature is often used in luxury hotels to reduce motion transfer between partners? Pillow top, zone support, split king mattress, or box spring?
Split king mattress.
Oh, yes, correct.
I hate those. I always end up lying on the bloody split. It's like, why have all of this real estate if you can only lie on half of it at a time?
Well, we're all tied up at 4 apiece.
Ooh.
What is the name of the bed style that's shaped like a circle? All bed, round bed, sphere sleeper, or a moon bed?
Sounds like a trick question. It's like, I mean, it should be circular, right? It's shaped like a circle.
Is it an all bed, round bed, sphere sleeper, or a moon bed?
Tom,
Yeah, Tom?
moon bed.
No. All bed, round bed, or a sphere sleeper?
Oh, I think you had it right already, Ben.
I'm too. No, I'm. You go, Andrew. I'm too scared. Like this feels like it's
You know
setting
what,
me
you
up.
had
It's
it
a
right.
trap.
I'm going to answer on your behalf because Paul may have accented it to us, and it's a round bed, right, Paul?
Yeah, it is. So who's getting the point?
I think Ben's
Give it
getting
to him both.
No, I
He's
was out. You
clever.
have it, Andrew.
No, it's all right. Score's been counted. Which bed accessory is used to elevate the head or feet for medical comfort? A wedge pillow? No.
Pillow.
No.
Oh.
Is it a wedge? Oh, well, yeah. Well, you got it right. It's wedge pillow. So Andrew's got that one. The last one of the
sorry.
last one of the beds. What's the name of the sleep disorder where people act out dreams physically? Sleep apnea, REM behavior disorder, narcolepsy, or insomnia?
Narcolepsy.
Nah, not narcolepsy. That's where you.
Oh, man.
Tom,
It's the
Tom?
REM. The REM. Oh, Tom. Tom.
the,
My name.
the second one.
REM behavior disorder. Yep. So
We've got some behaviour disorders going on around these questions.
I know.
Time
I
to
think
move
because
on.
they're over. Yeah. Anyway, but we're all tied at 5 apiece. We're going into the last 15 questions. These are fresh Aussie general knowledge quiz. So,
Okay.
what's the Aussie term for a swimming costume? Togs, swimmers, bathers, or all of the above?
Budgie smugglers.
I know they didn't have it on there. Yeah. But no, that's not it.
Oh,
Tom,
all of
Tom?
the above.
all the above.
No, it's not all the above.
Oh,
Oh, bathers.
Nah.
No.
But everyone-
I thought togs is like English. You know, like.
Oh,
It depends.
yeah,
It depends on
okay.
what state you're from too.
Well, I was going to say swimmers is bloody, New South Wales.
Yeah.
We
So,
call them bathers.
yeah. Well, I'm from New South Wales. I like get your togs, get your swimmers, get your boardies on, put your boardies on. Yeah. So no one gets a point for that one. That was a bit stupid. What's the name of the famous rock formation known as the 12 Apostles?
What's the name of them?
What?
Yeah, Great Ocean Rocks, 12 Apostles, Victoria's Giants, or the Stony Dozen?
you gave the answer in the question.
The 12 apostles are the 12 apostles.
Yep, Ben got that one right. What's a stubby?
There are 12 of them. One of them fell down.
There's only isn't there 9 left or something? 9 apostles, 6 apostles now. What's a stubby? A short bottle of beer, a kangaroo's tail, a type of hat, or a small tree? Tom?
Short bottle of beer.
Correct.
But Betty got that first.
Sorry, I didn't say my name.
Oh, I didn't hear. That's all right. What's the name of the Aussie marsupial that sleeps up to 20 hours a day? Koala, wombat, kangaroo, or echidna?
Wombat.
Was he?
No?
Oh, Ben.
Ben?
Koala sleeps for.
Yep. What's the name of the
they're a
Aussie
marsupial.
biscuit? Yeah, what's the name of the Aussie biscuit used? Oh, sorry. I've got to get that baby out. Sorry. What's the name of the Aussie biscuit used in the phrase "dunk it in your cuppa"? Is it a Tim Tam, an Anzac biscuit, a wagon wheel, or a Lamington?
Tom.
Wow.
Tom?
Tim Tam?
No. Nope.
Dunk it in your cuppa?
Yep.
I mean, if
Wagon
it's like an
wheel?
Australiana thing, maybe like the Anzac biscuit would
Correct.
probably.
Yep, that's the one. It's Anzac
Right,
biscuit.
okay.
Yeah. Back in the war, dip it in your cuppa. Yeah. What's the name of the famous Aussie racehorse known as the Wonder from Down Under? Farlap, Winx, Black Caviar, or Maccabee Diva?
Tom.
Tom?
Maccabee.
No.
I mean, Farlap is like the most
Correct one.
known of the horses.
Correct.
It's the most correct one.
Well done. Oh, that's from New Zealand, though.
No,
Anyway,
foul
go
was
on.
Australian, wasn't it? Anyway, what's the name of the Aussie island famous for its quokkas? Kangaroo Island, Rottnest Island. Did someone say something?
Watch them up.
Oh, can we have the English name? Kangaroo Island, Rottnest Island, Fraser Island, or Magnetic Island?
Yeah, Rottnest.
Rottnest is, yep, correct. What's the Aussie slang for a cup of tea? Billy, cuppa, brew, or leafy?
Tom?
Cuppa? Yep. Oh, he's catching back up. What's the name of the Aussie Prime Minister who disappeared while swimming in 1967? Harold E. Holt, Gough Whitlam, Bob Hawke, or John Howard? Tom?
Harold E. Holt.
Correct. What's the name of the Aussie bird known for mimicking sounds, including chainsaws? Is it a kookaburra, lyrebird, cockatoo, or a magpie?
Oh, that's a magpie.
No.
I hate when you're so sure about something and it's so
Tom?
wrong.
Tom?
Lyrebird.
Yep. Lyrebird.
Yeah.
Tom's smashing us now. I feel
No,
like
no.
he's running.
No, he's
He's taking off with it.
he's in the middle. What's the name of the Aussie state where you'd find the Barossa Valley? Victoria, South Australia, New South Wales, or Western Australia?
Me.
Andrea?
South Australia.
Correct.
South Australia.
What's the name of the Aussie lizard that can run on two legs? Blue tongue lizard, frilled neck lizard, thorny devil, or a goanna?
Isn't that a frilled neck lizard?
Yep, correct.
Ooh.
Okay, we've only got 3 questions left. And it's still anyone's game except for Andrea's. What's the name of the Aussie city famous for its opera house? Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, or Perth?
Perth.
Sydney.
Yep. What's the Aussie slang for barbecue? Barbie, snagfest, grillaroo, or meet-up?
Meet up.
Can we do this in unison, Tom? Like,
Yeah.
Barbie.
Final question. What's the name of the Aussie river that's the longest in the country? Darling, Murray, Murrumbidgee, or Yarra?
Ooh.
Me.
Yeah.
Me. It's the, oh God, I was going to say Darling, but it's the Murray.
Yes, correct.
It's the Murray, Darling.
Correcto. All right, the scores are Andrea and Tom were on 8 and Benny got 13.
Yo, runaway victory.
Yeah, Benny's got to come back and
Defend his title.
defend his title.
Oh. Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
write a song about something else next time. Not
Maybe
beds.
next time write a song about contemporary Australian music, perhaps, or
Yes.
something we all might have a chance of knowing something about.
Oh, well, the questions were meant to be musical questions, but Copilot was being a real shit and wouldn't give me any musical questions, and I'm like typing into it.
This is what happens when you rely on AI.
Yeah.
It lets you down every time.
It was
Yeah,
taken over. It's taken over. It was like,
I think though, Paul, that was a good direction to go because it was just fun. It was just fun. So I enjoyed being
because normally
stuff.
Tom tries to dictate and with the music quizzes and we couldn't let him do that today.
Let him win this time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Benny, what do you got coming up? You got like anything exciting happening in the near future?
Yeah.
Apart from the single
heaps.
release.
Yeah. Well, the album's coming out. That's coming out. I got heaps of shows. I'm doing one with my friend's band Zero Dent. We're playing at the Seasonal soon. They're going to Japan.
Yep.
That's coming out in a couple of weeks. Then I play with a band from Melbourne called Shepparton Airplane at the Buff. It's members of the Peep Temple.
Yep.
Great band name, isn't it? Shepparton Airplane.
It is wonderful. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was thinking, is that like a play on the Jefferson airplane and Jefferson Starship and Starship and...
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so got that coming up. And then, my album launch on October the 4th. and then I'm sort of going on tour with the Meanies. Do you know the Melbourne band, the Meanies? Um, which hasn't really been announced yet, but
Yeah.
I'm sort of going over there and playing. I think around about 5 shows over Cup weekend.
Yep.
So I'll be over there at the start of November.
So you're pretty busy. That's good. You're busy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you,
I've actually, like, I've kind of said I've got to have a bit of a break because I've been recording lots of bands as well, other people's albums
Yep.
for them, and that's been really full on between that and my own music and bands and stuff. It's been really a lot, like some and having a breather. And I've been doing film clips as well. I did one, Andrea, you mentioned before, for Don Mariani. He's doing a solo thing, so I did one for him. I've done some
yep,
for Kim Salmon as well recently for his band Smoke Salmon.
Yep.
mhm.
So I gotta have a little bit of a breather. I think I don't know. I say this every time um, things get too busy. I say I'm going to have a breather, and then I just keep saying yes and doing things. Or so I'm my own worst enemy, and I know that.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I'm going to try and attempt to have a little bit of a breather. After sort of November, I guess,
Yeah.
after the album's.
I guess it's really exciting that you're so busy with, especially with all these other bands, because it just for me it shows that the Australian music industry with bands and supporting bands, it's getting it's a strong culture that we got.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
awesome. And to tell you the truth, I sort of say this to my friends recently, but like I get just as much, if not more, enjoyment out of recording other people's music and seeing them
Yep.
enjoying themselves and creating what they want to create, as I do my own. And to be honest, like I've sort of, I probably find it more enjoyable, watching people get really excited, when their ideas start to come to fruition and they put their music out there. It's really cool to be a part of. I feel really lucky to do that.
Yeah.
And and I'm really proud of, like, we got a little studio here, Pink House Studio, and we're doing a thing with RTR FM at the moment, which we did last year, where if people subscribe to Radiothon, they get a day's free recording here.
Yep.
So doing things like that to try and sort of, I guess, give back to the musical community. That's been good to me. So I'm really enjoying that. So I think that's kind of why I stay busy, because I want to also help other people do the
Yeah.
things that they want to do, and not be self-centered. And I mean, releasing a solo album is incredibly self-centered. It's the most self-centered
Yeah.
like thing narcissistic thing that a musician can do, right? So
But just
I thought
cool.
might as well
When
throw
you
a
were first,
healthy dose of narcissism in there as well.
no, that's all right. But when you were first started, because like, what I'm hearing is that you're mentoring a lot of people as well, and you're doing all this stuff. When you started coming through, when you first started off, did you find that there was much of that, people helping out other bands, like to the extent you're doing?
Yeah, I find there can be different sort of levels of that.
Yeah.
Like there's sort of obviously the management and booking agent sort of side of things. That's great when you see particularly younger artists that are doing really well get picked up by someone who can actually really help them, and who knows what they're doing. And it's awesome when you see that. It's really cool to see bands taking off and in the right hands.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, like there's that, and then I guess the mentoring thing, like, I think when people, engineering and producing and all these kinds of things is relatively new to me, and the people that come and want to work with me, it's nice when it's not just based on the microphones,
Yep.
It's sort of like a bit more personal.
Yep.
And I really get a lot out of that. Like I really love when people leave the studio and they're really happy, and we stay in touch, and then you watch what they do and see their music go out into the world. It's really quite rewarding.
Yep.
And I see a lot of that, and I mean, and that goes from bands to bands as well. There's really tight knit communities of bands helping each other out, and or either all in each other's bands or they're giving each other shows, and that's awesome. It's really what it should all be about, and it's the complete antithesis to Australian Idol, you know,
Yeah.
which I don't know. I don't really keep in touch with all that side of things. I don't know if it's like dead and buried, all that kind of thing anymore. But you know, yeah, the musical community getting together and helping each other out is on a grassroots level is so cool to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got the voice in that now, and it's more about the I think it's more about the international artists that they can pull onto the show rather than the local musicians. I think the only local one they got is Kate Miller-Heidke, and everyone else is international artists. But talking about being personal, I forgot to mention at the beginning about everyone's QR codes. So Benny, your one goes to your Facebook page for Benny J music. So anyone wants to scan that in, they can scan it at any time, and it'll go straight to your Facebook page. Obviously, Andrea's goes to Around the Sound.
Better check the content.
Tom's goes to the Gig Guide, and mine will go to Pop Rock Radio's website. So, yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, it's a great thing you guys are doing. Like, and you know that it extends to you guys as well, doing what you're doing for the musical community.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't for things like this and community radio, you know, like where would people sort of get their voices heard, you know, and not everybody's on a major label and has big backing and funding and all these sorts of things. And when you're doing it yourself and trying to work it all out, and people like you guys come along and show interest and support, it really means a lot. And you know, it's so important.
People don't understand. It's pretty hard. I'm going to go a bit political here, but we have our internet-based radio station, and we've got three channels, and one of them is 100% indie Australian country and folk music. The other one is more mainstream, but we try to put as much Australian content on there as we can. Then we've had a number of iterations of a third station or a third channel that plays nothing but Australian music, and we couldn't get anyone to tune in. We find it really hard because people say, they support Australian music, but they always revert back to AC/DC, Cold Chisel, Jimmy Bunce. They don't realise that after the 80s, and into the 90s and the 2000s, Australian music really exploded, and there's a lot more. Yeah. And so, again, with Pop Rock Radio, we decided that we wanted to do like a streaming service that only did Australian music. And I went through. We got the website up and running. I spent a fortune in getting it up and going, and then I couldn't get a license for it. No one can tell me what license. No one can tell me what license I need.
Right.
And then I went to get a company to supply us the music, and they wouldn't do it. I went to AMRAP. I go to AMRAP and say, can we get music from AMRAP? Because you know what AMRAP is, don't you?
Yeah.
We can't get music out of AMRAP because we're internet-based and not broadcast-based. And so so for anyone who wants to try and support the music and support artists, they made it so hard.
Yeah, it is very difficult. And look, Ben, thanks for that, because, you know, it's much appreciated, and it does go both ways.
Yeah.
I decided that I wanted to become completely irrelevant, so I only write about West Australian music and musicians now, and it's been a great way to kill my entire audience. But fuck, I love it. So I don't actually care. Particularly when we get a chance to engage with someone like you, who has had a long, storied and highly successful career and is still pumping out the most amazing music, and is generous enough to, you know, share an hour of their Monday night with you know, people who, you know, have an interest in what they're doing, but you know, is sort of like starting out, doing something small, and you know, sort of preaching to a slowly growing audience. But what Paul's been talking about is indicative of the perennial grind of actually getting original indie Australian music into the market that is dominated by, you know, 4 or 5 huge Australian bands who deserve their place at the top of the heap. But
Yeah.
commercial sort of radio and the mainstream public see that as, well, that is Australian music, and anything else, we don't really know
Yeah.
about. We can't see. There's no visibility.
Yeah.
If they
You
were
know,
visible, they would get into it
I,
in a big way.
it's hard. I get the frustrations there, and I sometimes think things like like what if, right? Like the people are force fed, and like you say, rightly so. They're if you listen to a massive commercial Australian or Perth based radio show, you're going to hear Cold Chisel, you're going to hear AC/DC, you're going to hear In Excess,
Yep.
and like you say, rightly so, they should be at the top of the pile because what the things that they've created is incredible. But what if, right, every 20th song, right, and it's really not going to kill their mojo, but what if every 20th song they just went, we're just going to like slide this little one in here, right? Like
Yep.
we're going to put in a local Perth band or Adelaide band or wherever they might be from, just put in one. Now, songs go for all of what, 2 to 5 minutes, right? Like the average song. Is it really going to kill those stations to maybe just give bands a little bit of a chance? Now, bands like, your AC/DCs and your INXS, yeah, like I know that what the radio stations are doing, they're trying to keep the hold on their
Yep.
listenership, right? That's got to do with advertising. And as you say, that starts getting really political when you start looking into it. And they're going to do that. They're going to play the percentages, and they're going to keep people listening. And they're too scared to do anything else. So that's what they're always going to do, and that's what they do. Now, and you listen to those radio stations, it's like, do these bands really need the help? Do they really need that? And over again for multiple years, do they really need that? And there's a big difference there between, do they need it? Should that happen? And do they deserve it? And I think when you start talking about things like that, people think you're trying to tear things down.
Yep.
And it's not the case. It's just, it would be nice. And then, you have community radio stations, or what you guys are doing, and trying to spread awareness to, for the most part, the underdog, people who aren't getting heard, who aren't out there, and who aren't sort of getting the exposure that maybe they deserve. But, there's more of us than you think. There's a big percentage of people out there that are like it. But unfortunately, to get that to cross over is very difficult. It takes a long period of time or a lot of money. Sometimes a bit of luck, whatever it takes. But I don't know if there's any sort of rhyme or reason to that, other than bands getting lucky or getting timing or getting the right backing. Doesn't always make a lot of sense, but it happens. And yeah, you see it's frustrating. There's so many bands. I think it all the time. You're playing with a band and you're looking at them going, why can't they? Why wouldn't they be able to play in front of 20,000 people and be all over the radio? They're just as good as any other band. You know? And
I get
for
that.
whatever reason, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, I've gone through, and I've just the amount of bands I've looked at and listened to, and exactly what you said is like, why aren't they on the radio station? Why aren't they being played? They're just amazing, and they're just not. Anyway, but I don't think it'll kill radio.
I think they're frustrating, but I think the harder you look into that, the more frustrating it kind of gets. And I always sort of say, like with serial killers, I can't understand a serial killer. I'm never going to go and murder someone, so I don't pretend to try and understand what goes through their mind. I'm not comparing commercial radio stations to serial killers, but
anyway, well, we've gotten pretty close to, we've gone over our time, so, but I really want to say good luck with Back to Bed. It's an awesome single.
Thank you.
Good luck with the album. Hopefully it'll go really well and radio stations pick it up.
I'm going to knock Chisel off the charts. You just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? They would welcome that. They would welcome that and say, come on in. It's your turn.
Of course they would.
Yeah.
And they all of those bands are they're the ones who paved the way.
Yeah.
They paved the way, and they made it so it was possible because they wouldn't have been they weren't all over the radio at the beginning, were they? They started somewhere just and probably had it way tougher back then than we ever did. They played every night of the week and getting run out of town and all that sort of stuff, and all we have to do is sit in our home studios and chuck it on the internet. Like it's really like, don't even have to go into a bar if you don't want to anymore.
See, I've always said in Decent Obsession they could have been huge.
Yeah, I thought that was a movie.
You just don't, okay, I went too far with that one, didn't I? You just don't remember that band Indecent Obsession from the 90s,
No.
No.
David Dixon and all the rest of them? They had like the keyboard on the guitar and strawberry
They sound amazing,
lips.
and I'm going to check them out.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, they had a heap of hits, or pop music type of stuff, and the radio stations just wouldn't play them. They got basically don't play this music.
Really?
Yeah, it was good music. Strawberry Lips was probably their biggest song, but
That wasn't
Well,
that.
I'm going to check out Indecent Obsession. Maybe they'll have a resurgence after
Yeah.
the podcast.
well,
Everybody will listen to them. And
the lead singer's a helicopter pilot now.
Is he really?
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, he flies
Oh,
helicopters
yeah.
out. Of all things, flies helicopters to oil rigs.
Really?
No, oh,
Just
man,
like
you
just
are
like the
right.
cold
It does sound
just like the
a
Cold
much
Chisel song.
more, it does sound like a much more lucrative way to spend your time.
Yeah.
Really, like,
Yeah. Anyway,
wiser.
Only until you crash.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
And on that happy note,
yeah, Benny, thank you from all of us. Thank you very much, and yeah, you've got to come back and have another chat and defend your title.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me on. I appreciate everything you guys are doing.
No, too easy. Well, I'm going to hit the magic stop button. We can just continue our goodbyes afterwards. So I'll wave goodbye to everyone. See you all later. See you next week.